Well, I can honestly say that is probably the most exciting night in the world of post-war folk art on anyone's memory.
What an exciting evening here at Miller & Miller Auctions. Of course, our post-war Canadian folk art sales are always exciting, but this one was exceptional.
100%. Nobody else is offering this sort of nucleus of folk art so regularly in Canada. We've chosen to specialize in Canadian post-war folk art. We hold many of the records for the artists, and we certainly set some this evening, and we can't wait to tell you all about them.
Number 1.
Well, Lot 65 was an historic moment as far as Canadian folk art goes. Of course, many of you will recall the Black Truck by Maud Lewis that sold for $350,000, setting a world record. Well, the second highest price ever realized for a Maud Lewis painting was achieved this evening. You are looking at Springtime in the Maritimes. The color is, in one word, scintillating. A remarkable example of Maud Lewis's early works dating to the 1940s. No mistakes are being made on the best. You never ever miss at $80,085. And that is Ben Lennox with $85,000 with his bidder. $90,000, please. Fair warning, coming down at $90,000, $95,000, all in and done. And we sold it at that, and I think that's pretty exciting as far as I'm concerned.
Number 2.
Well, lot number 21 was another record breaker, a piece by Cyril Hurdle called Lobster Boats. What a fabulous Cyril Hurdle. It's lobster boats, and there's been lots of action on this one. It's a cover piece, ladies and gentlemen, featured on the cover of the 1995 Nova Scotia Folk Art Festival Society publication, A Joyous Vision, at $20,000. Thank you. And now $21,000. You're buying the best of the best. I can tell you're still thinking, now's the time to act. We've got to go at $25,000 and $26,000. Thank you. Absolutely. 27 now. 26, 27. Nothing to think about. Your turn if you'd like it. 27, 28. Any further action? Sold it right there. 27,000. Thank you very much. Well done.
Number 3.
Well, Lot 34 was by an iconic Canadian artist who lit the Yukon up with fire. Yes, of course, it's Ted Harrison. I was sitting in the house that this painting came from, and the consignor pointed out a chair that Ted Harrison would normally sit at. This was owned by Ted Harrison's dentist. What is it about the works that are gifted by the artist? It's as if they've just poured the love, and that's what I see over the waves. 15,000, stunning. This is a special work with remarkable provenance at 14,000, 15,000 now, 14 and 15,000. Hammers coming down at 14,000, coming down at 15,000. Anybody else? Sold at 14. Thank you so much.
Number 4.
Well, the theme was broken records, and it continued with lot number 61, a massive, monumental work by Lorne Reed of Cape Breton Harbor.
A masterpiece by Lorne Reed. Get ready for some excitement at 9,500, 10,000, 10,000. Thank goodness it's monumental at 12 and 13,000. Devote a whole wall to these pieces. That's all I ask. Make it a whole wall. 12,000, 13,000, 12 on the floor, and 13 on the Lorne Reed at 12 and 13. Anybody else? Sold it this way. Very exciting. Thank you so much.
Number 5.
Well, of course, no folk art sale would be complete without representing Joe Norris. Miller & Miller holds the 2 highest prices ever achieved for Joe Norris. Penguins was a work that was featured in this current sale. A rare, rare image. A very, very rare image for sure. And I would venture to say Joe Norris at his best, truly. This is awesome. 10,000. It's just awesome. 10,000, 11,000 now. One of the best at 10,000, 11,000 now, and 12,000, 12,000. Made for a personal friend. I love those 2 seals at the very forefront. Look at those irresistible creatures. How did he do it? Fair warning, 12,000 coming down and 13,000 last chance then. And final call, are you sure? It is sold. It is sold. Well, certainly a category that holds so much promise must get certain collectors thinking, maybe it's time to sell.
You saw all the records that were broken for these iconic Canadian folk artists, post-war folk artists. If you have a work by one of the artists that you saw us sell in the sale this evening, it certainly may be the time to reach out, figure out what its value is, and maybe it's the time to bring it to market.
We've been certainly contacted by many collectors that think now is the time to sell their folk art. And if you have a Maud Lewis or a Joe Norris or a Cyril Hurdle or any of the other names that you've seen where we're setting records, we'd love to hear from you. In fact, our next sale is coming up in June. So contact us now. We'd love to hear from you.